Yo, what is up? We're back with the finale to What If Naruto Was the Ghost Rider. Now, I know y'all are probably gonna be a little sad about this. A lot of you like the series, but I don't want to drag it out, ruin what made it special. So, without further ado, let's get into the finale. Now, Naruto is, of course, he's already kind of built up a relationship with Aiko. He's actually gained humanity from her, but it only seems to be that he has some humanity when he's around her. Any other time, he's back to an emotionless void, and that doesn't really bother him. He doesn't know why. He doesn't know if he's feeling love. He can't tell himself that. But he feels a sort of way towards Aiko, and that's all he knows. And he wants to keep that feeling. But he won't tell her that. He's got too much pride, and he doesn't know for sure what it is. So why would he do that? But she can tell that he's warming up to him. Her. So now, there, of course, he's actually been riding towards the Akatsuki. He found out about their location, actually, what they've been doing, and he saw this as pure sins, and he wants to rid the world of sinners. So when he actually comes across their location, Toby is, of course, in the background watching from behind, keeping undercover, which Toby is Obito. Now, he immediately tells Aiko, go handle them yourself while I take care of these. He has enough faith in her. He knows that she's a really skilled shinobi. After all, she has three chakra releases, chakra elemental releases, or whatever they're called, which are earth, lightning, and air. She immediately rushes towards Sasori. Sasori's using the puppet to actually keep her at a distance, trying to use his poison gas to bait her in. Now, basically, she just more or less, encases some of the puppets up with earth style jutsu and cuts them clean in half using wind style jutsu. She snipes some of them down with a wind bullet, rushes forward, and slams her sword down, which is coated in lightning, and it more or less causes a crack to happen in the floor, attacking him directly with lightning bolt coming straight up, which cracks his frame, which in this split second she has actually used to cover her tracks, come up and stab in and break the entirety of the outer edge. Now she's kicked him back, and he's basically had to pull out his third Kazekage one to try to stop her, having to use flamethrowers, having to use all that. But she's easily able to repel these. She's extremely fast. Her physical prowess, just being around Naruto, has gone up so much. She's had such a way of training. Now you might be wondering what happened to Sasuke. Well, Sasuke, he's still in rebellion. He's trying to find Itachi and all that shit. Well, sucks for him. Itachi's gonna probably get away, but I mean he'll probably end up killing him eventually, and that'd be that. So he'll never find out about the secret of Danzo. Hey, he really played no part in this. There was no point in what he would do. He had no role. Now, Naruto, on the other hand, he's been chaining down people like Black Zetsu, and he's actually destroyed them in his base form. And he's gotten all the way up to the point where he's found Hidan, and Hidan is just immortal, and he's bragging about it. Ha! You may be very skilled and very strong, but you can't kill me. Well, that's when Naruto simply replies, I might not be able to kill you, but he can, as he lets Zarathos take over. Zarathos immediately grabs him, picks him up, and literally Hidan's like, oh fuck, what is this, dude? What kind of bullshit is this? As he suddenly sees all of his sins flash before his eyes. He's on the floor. He's done. He can't. He's incapacitated. My bad. Now that he's incapacitated, Zarathos immediately runs over, aka Ghost Rider. He runs over to what would be Pain. Now, Pain, these paths of Pain really are peculiar. He doesn't know what's going to happen, so he just simply summons two hell foxes, which are of course hellfire. Foxes made out of hellfire. They rush forward and take care of two of them. As they're fighting against two of them, he rushes. Well, he instantaneously appears behind one of them with how fast his speed is, grabs him by the back of his neck, and pierces him through with just one finger, burning him from inside out. Now this is an agonizing pain, but again, Pain doesn't really feel this one. He doesn't really feel the pain. Huh, funny, ironic. Pain doesn't feel the pain. Huh, yeah. Now, basically, all of the clones of Pain are gone. His sensory abilities are still extremely well, though, so he can tell that he's nearby. He'll go for him later. So the ones that are left are Kakazu. Well, Aiko's dealt with him. She immediately rushed forward, sliced off one of his actual on one of the faces on his back. She's been dodging his attacks. Over time, she actually got rid of two of them. She dodged one of his. I'm trying to remember what his attacks were entirely. They were pretty interesting. He kind of grew the fucking arms, and they're going to attack like that. Yeah, she's easily able to dodge those. She's able to block. She's slicing through instantaneously. She's extremely fast. She's quick-witted too. Now, you know, Ghost Rider's gonna run behind and take care of the last mask easily and just impale him. Now, as he pulls it out, he doesn't even incinerate him. He just pulls it out, kind of like a savage. Now, Aiko's like, all right, but she's kind of grown a little used to seeing the Ghost Rider. But she's still pretty filled with fear when she sees this. After all, she doesn't know what could happen. Now, Obito's kind of scared shitless. He's like, yo, what the fuck's going on? Well, he's suddenly, a chain's wrapped around his leg and he's yanked down. As he's yanked down, he's trying to Kamui away. Before he can Kamui away, Naruto's behind him. Well, Ghost Rider's behind him. Grabs him by his neck and is Kamui'd into his dimension as well, which causes him to Kamui back into the real world. He looks into what should be Ghost Rider's eyes and immediately sees all his sins pop up through his eyes, and he feels all the regrets that he has, the regrets of not actually being or trying to be nice towards Kakashi, trying to help his friend out in the end. So all that happens and he's dead. Dude's done for. Now, Ghost Rider is going to take care of everyone else, along with Aiko, including Pain. Now he goes and takes care of Pain while she takes up care of the remainder, of which would be... Really, I don't even think there are any other remainders. I mean, there's Kakuzu's done. So now there's the one with Samehada. Samehada and, what's his name? Fuck, dude. I have it. Kisame, there we go. Because Itachi, he saw this, and realistically, he saw what was happening. And since he was such support for the Leaf, he just kind of let it go, and he left. Which fucked him over in the end, which, I mean, he might have been able... He wouldn't have really been able to do anything in general. He probably would have died. Now, Kisame is going against her. She's actually combating against him easily. She realizes her chakra is being drained when he does this. She does have quite a bit, but she doesn't want to just throw it away after all. It's strengthening him. So she uses her martial arts and her pure physical essence against him. She brushes forward, slices at Samehada, actually causing a little tear right there. Samehada roars out in pain. Kisame tries to kind of keep it down. He's like, all right, Samehada, don't worry. Now, immediately, she's behind, cuts on his Achilles tendon, kicks him right into the back, flies up, grabs him by his neck, and slams him over, basically pulling her over her shoulder and slamming him onto the ground. She steps onto his windpipe and actually crushes it. He kicks her off because he's resilient, and she gets hit a few times, feeling the chakra absorption happening. She rushes forward, and in one fell swoop, she stabs him straight through the lung. He's completely dead, blood gurgling out of his throat. Now, Ghost Rider takes care of Pain easily. He would have taken care of Conan while he's out there too. Just one fell swoop, he would have pulled out a chain and would have gone straight through, impaled, and cut her in half, incinerating her as well. Pain's like, yo, what the fuck is this guy? No words. Just simply, you will be... Well, actually, there are words. You will be punished for your sins. That's what Ghost Rider says and destroys him. As he walks back, well, actually rides back on a motorcycle, which he can summon, he can conjure. He conjures it, and he rides back. And he actually sees Aiko, and Aiko sees him. Now, usually he would be able to... She's expecting him to turn back to normal. He walks forward, and he's not stopping. He's not turning back to normal. She's starting to get scared. He looks like he's going to attack. She's begging for Naruto to come back. Naruto! Naruto, are you there? Naruto! He's right in front of her at this point. She knows she won't stand a chance. She's seen what he's done. And then right when he raises his hand to bring it down, he transforms back to normal. She lets out a scream, and then he just says, I was just fucking with you. She immediately jumps onto it, puts her head onto his chest and begins crying. Don't do that! I thought I lost you for a minute. He's like, what? I thought you lost me. Dude, you would have been the one dead right there. I would have eventually turned back. She's like, that's not the point. I've grown to fall in love with you. I'm willing to admit it. This entire time I've been in love with you. If I wasn't in love with you, why would I follow you to such a great extent? Are you that dense? Naruto just says, I don't even know what love is. She's like, well, let me show you what love is. She gives him that kiss, and he's like, actually blushes. He's like, whoa, this is crazy. Do I actually feel some sort of romance? Is this what love feels like? His heart begins to pound. He's like, whoa, this is fucking crazy. I actually might be experiencing love for once in my life. So now that all that shit's done, he's taking care of everyone, push come to shove, he actually is warmed up to her. They actually become a couple and all that shit, and that's the end. They're just gonna end up having a family. We don't know if they're gonna have. You guys can actually think for yourself whether or not they're gonna have a child. I won't be continuing into Boruto. This is, after all, the finale. Thank you guys for watching. I'll have a new series coming out the day after tomorrow, since I'm continuing the Gias one tomorrow. Yeah, thank you guys for watching again. Please like, subscribe, turn on post notifications if you enjoyed. Go check out my other content if you haven't already. Bye.